beginning of my video. Boom!
Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer!
Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things. It was over in a snap.
We really want it. Alright, we'll be nice.
Only you can be a Patreon.
Oh my gosh!
It's crazy.
You don't need to follow the show to be hyped.
All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Jody.
And we are reacting to something that has been requested a bazillion times.
Yes.
Literally.
Woo!
I don't even know if I have the strength to put them all up there, to tell you the truth.
Oh, and I just did that for nothing.
I'll put like one. But we have been requested so many times to react to this, and from so many different random videos that we've done, so I'm not even sure how to hunt these things down.
I was gonna say, because it's Fluffy Goes to India! Woo!
A lot of excitement.
Yes.
This is a long video, and how this one does not get copywritten by other channels who have done reactions to, and other ones we've done for like 2 or 3 minutes says, I have no idea. But, you know, Gabriel Iglesias, maybe he's a nice guy and he's not trying to go after anyone, which I appreciate that.
He reminds me so much of Manny from Modern Family.
Yes.
Every time I see him, I think he's like the grown-up version.
Well, he actually was in one episode at least where they
Yes!
thought that he might have been the dad.
Yes, I remember that now because they are like just identical.
Yeah, but he wasn't. All right, so we're going to jump into this. We're going to do a comedic reaction. If you are new to Boring Reviews, check out some other content we have. Go ahead and like and subscribe. You may notice some of our videos kind of dwindling down, maybe one a day, just because times are getting crazy and the copyrights are getting crazy, and there's just no point of doubling or tripling the risk right now. So we hope you enjoy the at least daily videos.
And we apologize in advance if the sound is off. We're having a little bit of an issue with our mic, but we got a new one on the way, so we should be getting it shortly.
Yes. So hopefully you can hear us nice and loud. Here we go. Let's listen to this guy.
Somebody at the hotel yelled out to the clerk, "That's Fluffy." And the guy was like, "Oh my God, I don't believe it. I can do it. I thought it was you. I thought it was you. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. This is so crazy. Oh my God, Fluffy, Fluffy, Fluffy." Even crazier than that is that the mouth is actually connected to the neck. When the mouth stops moving, the head stops wherever the mouth left off. And when you see Indian people talking to each other, you can see it. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, okay, hold on. Wait, hold on, wait, okay. Like if you're Indian and you stutter, you are so screwed. Somebody stop him! I'm not gonna lie, you guys. When I first saw this happen, I thought it was hysterical. I thought it was funny. But then I started thinking about it. Head movement is just a form of expression. No matter where you live in this world, people express themselves in their own unique way, whether through facial expressions, hand gestures, body movement, extra words. Everywhere you go, things are different, and that's just how they express themselves in India. Now back to the whole Indians-Mexican thing. That is something else that we share in common with Indian people. Head movement. Now some of you in the building tonight are like, stupid, we don't have head movement. Yes, we do. It's a little different. See, with Indian people, the head movement is side to side. Mexicans, our head movement is front to back. The difference between that is that with Mexicans, we have to be very, very upset in order for you to see the head movement. Otherwise, you can't tell. With Indians, it's all the time. Oh, today is such a nice day. It is such a beautiful day today. I'm so happy. It's very nice, very good. Oh my God, I can't believe it's so nice. It's such a pretty... Mexicans, when we're mad, that's when it comes out.
I'm ready for
non-Latinos, hey, trust me, you cut off a Mexican in traffic, see what happens. ¡Sácate, pendejo! ¡Lárgate, cabrón! ¡Quítate, desgraciado! That's funny. I don't know why the black people are laughing. You guys take it all. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, hell no. I know he ain't talking about me. I hit a bell. I hit a bell. I made myself dizzy doing it.
He's so good with his impressions.
So let me tell you guys,
Great.
if you ever get the opportunity to travel to India, I encourage you to check it out. You are going to see some beautiful things. You are going to see some amazing things. You are going to see some sad, depressing things and some real horrible things. Overall, it's a well-balanced trip. But when
My
you
cheeks
get
are
back home
smiling.
here to the United States, you will have a whole different appreciation for your life. Believe that. I guarantee this, you guys. There's a lot of people in India, and with a lot of people comes a lot of traffic. First things first, American traffic and Indian traffic, very different. Here, whatever happens on the freeway will stop the whole freeway.
Yes.
In India, there's 10 times the traffic, but it moves. See, the problem is Americans, we're fascinated by accidents. We're fascinated
Yes.
by the idea of
Oh my
seeing
gosh.
potential death.
So annoying.
Yes.
That's why we slow down on the freeways. We say we don't want to see it, but what happens in traffic? You know, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
There doesn't even have to be a collision. You could be on the 101 freeway and a car has a tire blowout and it spins. Doesn't hit anything. It's now facing oncoming traffic. You know what happens to the rest of the freeway?
Yep.
Even on the other freeway where there's no accident.
Yep.
And again, what's going on? What's going on? I'm sorry. Hey, somebody might be dead. Sorry. In India, if there's an accident in the middle of the street, you know what they do?
Drive around.
They drive right around it. They don't
awesome.
stop. And it's not that they're not sensitive to the situation. They
Someone
are.
go.
It's just that there's so much chaos that happens on a regular basis. They just need to get to work. They do see what's happening. And believe me, they're heartfelt. You know, they'll drive around. I'm so sorry for you. Nothing stops the flow of traffic in India. They need to get from point A to point B. And so they go. If there's an accident, they drive around. If there's something blocking the street, they get on the sidewalk to go around. It's amazing the way they drive. And here's something else. No one uses turn signals over there.
That's crazy.
No one uses turn signals. They use a horn. Now, if you go to India tomorrow, from the time you get there to the time you leave, you're constantly going to hear a horn. It's an actual language when people are driving. I'll show you. You're driving? Car on your right. Car on your left. Light up ahead. They talk to each other while they're driving, and they barely miss each other every single time.
That's
Also,
terrifying.
you'll be on the 101 freeway here, and there'll be 6 lanes. In India, you'll see 6 lanes, but guess what? You'll see 12 cars across. Yes, they have lines, but they're basically there to let you know more or less the direction you might want to go in. They're this close to each other. And even at the light, they communicate. You see everything. Cars, trucks, vans, motorcycles, pedestrians, cows, children, all waiting for the light. And they talk at the light with the horn. Very good, you can go, you can go. Welcome, you're welcome, go.
He does it so well.
Nothing stops the flow of traffic over there. Indian people drive. Think of ants. You know how ants travel in a straight line? And if there's something in their way like a rock, ants will split up, go around the rock and reunite or climb over the rock. Worst case scenario, they dig a hole and go under the rock. That's the mentality of driving in India. A man can get shot in the middle of the street. People just look at each other. Somebody pick him up. And they'll drag his ass onto the sidewalk. And if there's an accident and they need to get around, guess what's gonna happen to that guy on the sidewalk? Nothing stops the flow of traffic in India except a cow. Now, I know we've always heard the stories and the jokes about, oh, Indian people don't eat hamburgers. I asked the question and I found out. It's believed that cows are people who have died and they've been reincarnated and their new life is now the cow, which is why they don't eat them and why they give them all the love and respect in the world over there. I saw this firsthand. There's a cow crossing the street while we're driving. And the cows know, they're cocky, they know that they can cross. Friggin', all the cows, and the cows out there all cocky. Gling, 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 gling.
does that so
No
well.
one honks at the cows. No one yells at the cows. No one touches the cows. They wait for the cows to finish crossing. The cow that we had laid down. The driver just shut off the car. Started tweeting. There is a cow in the middle of the street. Hashtag Momo. I asked the driver, what's going on? Sir, there is a cow. I see that there's a cow. Are you gonna honk at it, go around? What's gonna happen? We cannot honk at the cow. We must wait for the cow to move. You're kidding. I am not kidding. We must wait for the cow. We drove past a dead body 15 minutes ago. That is probably him.
Nice.
And he's making you wait now.
Like seriously, the driving situation over there is so intense, you guys. One morning while we're there, I needed to get to the airport fast because I overslept. And so I get in the cab and I hand the driver a $50 bill. And I go, sir, I am running very late. I need to get to the airport as soon as possible. Whatever side street you have to take or back road, I'm all for it. Whatever you have to do, let's do it. And I hand him the money and he goes, very good, let's go. And we take off. The guy is hitting anywhere from 50 to 70 miles an hour on the street.
Whoa.
We are making incredible time.
Seriously.
I notice that we're heading in the direction of a red light. You ever been in a car with someone and you're paying attention to what's going on and you notice that you're about to hit a red light and you know how you start to mentally and physically prepare yourself for the deceleration of the car and you start anticipating the pressure from the brake, and if you don't get the sensation of slowing down by a certain point, all alarms go off in your head and you sock the driver in the chest. Hey! Not only did I not get the sensation of slowing down, I got the opposite. He gunned it towards the light. And it caught me off guard. I couldn't even scream. I was like, and then I got air. Hey, pull over, pull over. He didn't even know what he did. He looks at me, he goes, what is wrong? What do you mean, what is wrong? Dude, didn't you see the red light? As calm as can be. Didn't you see there was no one there? You told me, whatever you have to do, okay? Whatever you have to do, you do. Do you want to yell or do you want to make plain? He made a good point. I sounded like a third grader. I want to make plain. Like seriously, that's a video game I want to see. I want to see Grand Theft Auto India. It was so crazy, you guys. And this is just us being there. I haven't even gotten to the part of us performing. We were in Mumbai, Bangalore, and Delhi. Okay, these three places is where we went to perform. Mumbai and Bangalore, the shows went over very, very well. Okay, there were about 1,500 to 2,000 people, which is amazing for a few going over there. I was like excited, yes. And then we get to Delhi. And when we got to Delhi, you guys, it got a little crazy. Martin walks out on stage and the crowd recognized him. And they started chanting, Martin! Anytime I hear that, I'm like, they know him, it's gonna be a good show. So Martin starts cracking jokes. The crowd starts laughing. He's cracking more jokes. The crowd keeps laughing. All of a sudden, I hear this. Martin doesn't say a word to them. He gets off stage, next comedian comes out, and then Martin comes over to me and he says, bro, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on out there. There's these three guys in the front row. They're laughing like Klingons from Star Trek. I'm not gonna address them. I'm gonna save them for you. I was like, oh, thank you. So then Martin goes back out there on stage and he introduces me. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Iglesias. And then I run out on stage and the crowd started chanting, Fluffy, Fluffy. And I was like, whoa, what's up, Delhi? And I start cracking jokes, start getting laughs, start cracking more jokes, start getting more laughs. And then it happened. Now see me, I can't avoid things, especially when it's front row center. So I addressed it. I came right out and I said, well, hello. I said, what do we have here? I said, so where are you guys from? And the guy in the middle looks at me and he goes, we are from Germany. I said, cool, we have Germans in the house. And the whole crowd got really weird. You could hear them. They freaked out because they thought I was gonna start making fun of the German people. And one guy even stood up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I go, relax, bro. Have a seat. Don't do it. I'm not gonna make fun of the German people. That's the last thing I wanna do is offend them. I don't wanna end up outside in an alley somewhere freaking in 2 hours. And this is the last time we are going to tell you, do not make fun of German people. So we make it back home. I'm trying to tell the story to my girlfriend and my son. And my girl, she's barely laughing. She's like, like she's jaded. She doesn't laugh at my jokes anymore. My son Frankie, on the other hand, he is dying. Ah! And I'm like, really? He's 16 years old. I go, really, Frankie? You thought that was funny? He goes, yeah, it's funny. I go, what was so funny about my story? He goes, those people you're talking about. I go, who, the Indians? He goes, no, the other ones. I go, the Germans. He goes, yeah, it's funny. I go, what's so funny about the Germans? The way that they speak. I go, what's so funny about the way that they speak? He goes, they sound like the 3 little pigs from the movie Shrek. I had to go on YouTube and freaking find it, and sure enough, all 3 little pigs. Und ja, hello Shrek. Ah. I was just waiting for one of them to go, fat man.
Oh, it's too good. Oh, it's too good. Oh, man. Same time we both say, oh, man.
He is so good with his impressions and his
His
sound
effects and everything that he does. I mean, I'm always amazed by that when I see comedians do that with the microphone. We have microphones in our classrooms that we use sometimes. You can either have it like as a necklace right here or like an actual handheld microphone. And so I liked using the handheld for whatever reason. Put it down or whatever, hand the kids when they're reading stories or whatever. And so like when no one's paying attention or no one's in there, I'm always trying to do like sound effects with the microphone. Like, these comedians can do so well. They just go in there, whatever they do. I could never do it nearly as good. But man, he's so good at that.
I'm gonna start trying that next year. The only thing I've done is like tap this microphone to get kids' attention. They're like, what the heck? Because our lights are like so slow. You turn off the lights and it's like, and now it's off. You turn the light on and it's like, and now it's on. So if you want to get their attention, the lights are not going to do it. But that's too funny. That was hilarious. Like,
out of control.
He went some places that like I would be too nervous to go and say, and so I'm really glad he said it because I got where he was going and it was hilarious. And I mean, unfortunately with jokes, they are very stereotypical, but it's kind of funny that the Germans were like, they wanted to be made fun of too and they were offended that they weren't. But he did say in America, and the Germans are not in America. So,
some are, but yeah.
Well, I know, but if you're thinking of like Germany, but anyway, but I thought that was just hilarious. I know that our viewers have talked about like the traffic in India, and that I feel like we just like need to be there and see it because I cannot imagine 6 lanes with like 12 vehicles and them all going all these ways. But he's so right. Like in America, somebody can just be getting pulled over or just pull over because they're going to make a phone call, and everybody slows down to watch, and they cause all this traffic just because of somebody else pulling over. So it's kind of nice to hear that they just go around. The only thing that would worry me is if you really did need help and people are like, goodbye.
We got places to go.
Exactly.
Traffic drives me crazy here because she's right. The littlest thing is like, squirrel from Up, the dog or squirrel, because it's just everything takes their attention. I mean, it could be a police officer's pulled over someone, or it could be someone's on the side of the road to like, I don't know, get a drink of water outside their car, and everyone has to stare at them. Everyone has to slow down. And I mean, you'll have traffic on the major freeways trying to go to a different state, or interstate traffic on the freeways, and you'll be in bumper to bumper for about 30, 35 minutes. You finally get out of it, and I'm so frustrated at this point. I'm just like, there better be a car accident. Not that I want a car accident, but something serious that made us stop here. And it was just like a car that had been abandoned and the hazard lights were going.
Nobody's there, but it's funny because you
No,
actually say
nothing
that.
was going on. There was no fire. There was no accident. There was nothing. And I'm like, this is why we've stopped for the last 30 minutes?
Well, and it was actually funny because I was driving with my children on our way to school back when schools were open, quite a few months ago. I'd say probably around January. And we see like this black smoke in the air, and I'm like, oh my gosh, something is on fire. But traffic's just going as fine. We literally, like the only time there wasn't traffic, we passed a straight up garbage truck completely on fire. The whole thing was on fire. It was right next to a building. There are people outside like calling. I'm assuming they were calling 911 and everything. But there was no traffic. Like nobody was pausing. I was like, this is a time where you slow down. Like I want to take a picture to show everybody I saw a car on fire.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy. I remember working at a fast food restaurant, and not in the drive-thru, but right parallel to that was the street curb. There was a car, and I'm sitting there working the drive-thru. So I'm right from the window. I'm doing my thing. There's no one in the drive-thru at that second. And this truck pulls up, and these people jump out, and it's like they run away or something, and all the smart comes, and then it busts into a flame. And I'm thinking like the movie, we're all gonna die, it's gonna blow up. It didn't. It sat there on fire the entire time until, I'm not sure who called it. I was too much in a shock to call the ambulance or fire department. They came and they took care of it. But it was right outside my window, and I was just like, is this really happening? I mean, it sat there for about 30 minutes just on fire. But anyways, this guy was hilarious.
Yes.
Obviously, I know about Gabriel Iglesias as a comedian. I haven't watched too many of his sets. I've seen him when, he appears with different comedians in like, those varieties or whatever. He's obviously in some movies and some TV shows like Modern Family. But he was hilarious. He did so good with accents like you mentioned and the sound effects and his jokes. And it's cool that he's able to make a set. Part of me is like, there's no way that German stuff actually happened, but it's too crazy to not be real.
Oh, I'm thinking
and
it happened.
I can't imagine he's this trained professional. He's done a million shows in his life. He's got these people, and he's getting frustrated. When I get frustrated, all of us get frustrated. I mean, you get flustered, and you're not your same professional self. It's crazy. But this guy was awesome. Thanks so much for the request, the many requests for us to do this. We hope you enjoyed it. And we hope you enjoy all the channels that we provide. We have so many. Sometimes we get requests to do this or that. And I'm like, hey, we already have it. It's on the channel. So check out our playlist. Check out our past videos. And stay safe out there. But until next time.
Goodbye.